Oh, yeah. He was you're right. But I thought he was also in the military at one point.
Oh, did he?
I believe he was. I thought so. I know he was an actor, but I thought he was in the military at some point. That's why I didn't mention him. He came to mind initially, but I thought Ronald Reagan had some level of
military experience, some kind of thing. Okay, we can see that's the kind of stuff that we're called to do, brother. So research stuff for yourself. Look, check it out for yourself. That's what you're supposed to do. Mm-hmm. Now remember, we're in Judges chapter 9. This is the King James Version Bible. And we're discussing today. What is the prophet? What's the title?
Fables versus truth.
Fables versus truth.
Once you get an army here.
Go, pick it up, prophet. Where you at?
And we're at verse 14. Verse 15. We're talking about the bramble.
Okay.
And the bramble responding unto the trees, if in truth you anoint me king over you.
If in what?
If in truth.
If in false election?
No, if in truth.
If in the votes are what the chads got to be counted over?
No, if in truth.
Yeah.
An accurate count. You anoint me king over you. Then come and put your trust in my shadow.
In my shadow.
And if not, let fire come out of the bramble and devour the cedars of Lebanon.
So look, that right there, I just wanted to bring that out, brothers and sisters, that there is a falsehood out in the world, and there's a truth, okay? There's a falsehood out there, and there's a truth. One truth is that the honor of what Barack Obama did and Michelle Obama did, and we know they're not perfect. We know that. But the honor that they brought to that office was remarkable, and I was impressed. I was impressed by the dignity that they held themselves to, okay? All right? My wife was bringing out to me, it used to be a time that if they found out you was in any kind, and I'm gonna say the word, debauchery. If they found out at any time that you had something to do with some kind of sexual misconduct or offense against the law or lying of any kind of sort, you didn't make it to be no president. That's just how it was. It's the highest held office of the land, of the country. And it should be held at that standard. It should be. Because you're responsible for a whole nation of people. There's more than just one nation of people here in this land, more than just white people or black people. It's a whole nation of different people in this land. And you're responsible technically for their well-being in the physical on this piece of land. Mm-hmm. So it should be held to that. So I do want to give honor to these honorable people that have done the office well, and that's what it's all about. I will be 46 this year. I have lived to see president, and praises to the Most High. I hope to see more to come. Okay, but there is a reality in the land, and this is not a fable. There's still a president. By all understanding that you can muster in your spirits, brothers and sisters, according to education, according to understanding, according to experience, Hillary Clinton should be president. She should be. But that's not the case. Our faith is always going to be in the Most High. Always.
And Ronald Reagan was a governor. He served as a governor.
He served as a governor. Yeah. Okay. All right.
So I knew it was some sort of level of...
But see, this is what I was saying, though, Prophet. He wasn't known for that. What was he known for?
He was known to be an actor. But he was a governor also. So he had some political, legal background.
All right. Prophet, in the Dominant Bible Dictionary, what was the other fable story? Let's bring that out. We went to the first fable story.
Mm-hmm. And, I wanted to just kind of close that out because you touched on it briefly, that this fable represented Israel at their current state. Mm-hmm. And it seems more like during the time when they were asking for a king and a leader, the Most High was really the one who wanted to rule. Well, he made them to rule over them, to care for them. He had committed himself, right? He had committed himself. There was a covenant made between them. But in actuality, what they kept doing was looking around them and seeing what everyone else was doing under their false gods, and they wanted kings. And so that's really what the moral of this particular parable was about. They were looking everywhere but where they were supposed to be looking to. And so, again, it just lines up with us today. Don't let your heart be troubled. Do not let your heart be troubled. If in fact you believe in the Most High, He is the one that holds the government, and He's placed that government on His son YASHAYA's shoulders, and that's who runs our lives.
Exactly. And I want to elaborate on that. The Most High says that YASHAYA's kingdom will have no end. There's no end to His rule. Okay?
And so the other reference to the fable that they have in the Zondervan Bible Dictionary that we read was 2 Kings chapter 14, verse 9.
Let's go there. 2 Kings.
Chapter 14, verse 9.
Okay. Chapter 14, verse 9, right, Prophet? Now, even before we read that, if you want to, Prophet, give us a backstory on that.
Well, actually, I just always like to read from the top. They said begin at 9, and I always like to give the backstory so that we can keep everything in context.
Okay.
So 2 Kings chapter 14, beginning at verse 1. In the second year of Joash, son of Jehoahaz, king of Israel, reigned Amaziah, the son of Joash, king of Judah.
Now, Amaziah was what?
The son of Joash, who was the king of Judah.
The king of Judah at this time.
That's right. So we know who we're talking about. He was 25 years old when he began to reign, and reigned 29 years in Jerusalem. And his mother's name was Jehoadan of Jerusalem. And he did that which was right in the sight of the Lord.
I want that title be on me when I'm standing in front of YASHAYA, when he says, you did that what was right in the sight. Right.
Yet not like David, his father. He did according to all things as Joash, his father, did. So Joash was also upright. Howbeit the high places were not taken away. As yet the people did sacrifice and burnt incense on the high places. So he faltered in an area. And it came to pass, as soon as the kingdom was confirmed in his hands, that he slew his servant, which had slain the king, his father.
Now, this is what he did. This is a wickedness, right? All the servants that was loyal to his father, right? They went up under his rule. I've seen this act even in some movies today.
Right. Yeah.
They was loyal to his father, right? Right? But then after David died, they automatically go to the son. So as soon as the son become a king, what did he do properly?
And it came to pass as soon as the kingdom was confirmed in his hands, that he slew his servants which had slain the king, his father. But that's interesting. He said he slew his servants. Were they serving him when they killed the father?
Exactly.
Which had slain the king, his father. But the children of the murderers he slew not. According unto that which is written in the book of the law of Moses, wherein the Lord Most High God commanded, saying, the father shall not be put to death for the children, nor the children be put to death for the fathers. But every man shall be put to death for his own sin.
And that was a commandment that Moses gave according to the nation of people. People were trying to use that verse to say that Christ couldn't die for our sins. No, that's not the thing.
He slew of Edom in the valley of Salt 10,000, and took Selah by war, and called the name of it Joktheel unto this day. Then Amaziah, like Amazon, sent messengers to Jehoash, the son of Jehoahaz, son of Jehu, king of Israel, saying, come, let us look one another in the face.
So come, let's talk face to face.
Right.
Now, here's the fable getting ready to come out, but to follow us now. We're in 2 Kings chapter 14. We're going into verse 9. Go ahead, Prophet.
And Joash, the king of Israel, sent to Amaziah, king of Judah, saying, the thistle that was in Lebanon sent to the cedar that was in Lebanon, saying, give thy daughter to my son to wife. And there passed by a wild beast that was in Lebanon and trode down the thistle.
Now, this is what they're saying. This is the fable, okay? A thistle is talking to another tree. A bush is talking to a tree. Go ahead. Read that one more time.
Okay. And Joash, the king of Israel, sent to Amaziah, king of Judah, saying, the thistle that was in Lebanon.
He sent him a fable. He told him. Okay.
The thistle that was in Lebanon sent to the cedar that was in Lebanon, saying, give thy daughter to my son to wife. And there passed by a wild beast that was in Lebanon and trode down the thistle.
Keep on reading. Thou
hast indeed smitten Edom, and thine heart hath lifted thee up. Glory of this, and tarry at home. He says, glory of this, and, glorify in this and wait at home. For why shouldest thou meddle to thy hurt, that thou shouldest fall, even thou, and Judah with thee?
And Judah with thee.
But Amaziah would not hear him. He would not hear the wisdom. Now, you're going too far. Therefore, Joash, king of Israel, went up, and he and Amaziah, king of Judah, looked one another in the face at Bethshemesh, which belongeth to Judah. And Judah was put to the worst before Israel, and they fled every man to their tents. And Joash, king of Israel, took Amaziah, king of Judah, the son of Joash, the son of Amaziah, at Bethshemesh, and came to Jerusalem, and brake down the wall of Jerusalem from the gate of Ephraim unto the corner gate, 400 cubits. And he took all the gold and silver and all the vessels that were around in the house of the Most High God, and in the treasures of the king's house and hostages, and returned to Samaria.
So this story is Judah and Israel having a little beef here, right? It was a woman involved, and Judah couldn't withstand Israel at this point. But this was written about like in a fable. This was written about like in a fable. We have to be able to distinguish fable from truth, and the truth is in the Bible. The Most High said He can make the rocks cry out. I believe Him. He can make animals talk. I believe Him. Okay.
Now the thistle, the point of the king using that fable was to give him wisdom. He's pretty much telling him, glory in what you've done so far. Your heart has lifted you up because you smitten Edom, and you've gone to these different places and you've overthrown them. Now, do you think I am so unwise to know that you think you're getting ready to overthrow me? I'm well aware. But he didn't listen. And they took him down, messed him up, took his gold, his treasure, and went on back to where and returned to Samaria. But there was wisdom in that. There was wisdom in using that. He got puffed up. Well, he was only 25.
He was. Proverbs 3, verse 15. Keep reading it.
Now the rest of the acts of Joash, which he did, and his might, and how he fought with Amaziah, king of Judah, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel? I was getting ready to say that. All of the kings are referenced in the Chronicles. It's like I guess a record book, a dictionary, so to speak, encyclopedia of the good and the bad kings that served over Israel. Verse 16, and Joash slept with his fathers and was buried in Samaria with the kings of Israel, and Jeroboam, his son, reigned in his stead.
Jeroboam. So Jeroboam ruled over Israel, right? And who ruled over Judah?
Rehoboam, right?
Rehoboam.
Right. So Rehoboam was the one who ruled over the southern kingdoms, I believe, is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And Jeroboam ruled not was it southern or northern? Jeroboam was northern.
Jeroboam was northern, and Rehoboam was southern.
Or vice versa. I get them mixed up. Seems like Rehoboam was northern, the 10 northern tribes. They broke up, whatever it was. They were together and they split up. And this is like prelude to the 12 tribes splitting up. And so 10 went to the north, and the 2.5, so to speak, stayed in the southern kingdom and were overthrown later on. Anything else from you?
All right. So that was an example of the fable going out here, in the book of 2 Kings here, okay? There's other fables, the parables, what they call the parables in the book fables.